Hello, and welcome back to Plain Brown Wrapper Ministry. My name is Cindy, and I realized after my last video, which was titled Warnings 11:23, when I was reviewing it, I realized that I had misquoted scripture, and I really want to apologize for that because that's something that I tried, very hard to make sure that when I'm quoting scripture, it's accurate and just as it says. So my notes, I had it correct, but when I was saying I said it wrong. So I want to clarify that. I want to apologize for misquoting scripture, and I want to make the correction. And it was during my talk about the Tower of Babel that I said in my video that God had destroyed the city and the tower, and that is incorrect. God did not destroy the city or the tower. He just confused the people with different languages and scattered them throughout the world. So to just to make sure that I'm telling the right stuff, I'm going to read you the whole um, Genesis 11, 1 to 9, and that tells you the story of the Tower of Babel. And Babel is like the city of Babylon. It became the city of Babylon, so it didn't get destroyed. Okay, so here goes. The Tower of Babel, Genesis chapter 11, verse 1 to 9. Now the whole world had one language and a common speech. As men moved eastward, they found a plain in Shinar and settled there. They said to each other, "Come, let's make bricks and bake them thoroughly." They used brick instead of stone and tar instead of mortar. Then they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches the heavens, so that we may make a name for ourselves and not be scattered over the face of the whole earth." But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower that the men were building. The Lord said, "If, as one people speaking the same language, they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language, so they will not understand each other." So the Lord scattered them from there over all the earth, and they stopped building the city. That is why it was called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of the whole world. From there, the Lord scattered them over the face of the whole earth. So that's what scripture says. That's what I should have said. And somehow in between, I got mixed up, and because he destroyed Sodom, that was the next city I was talking about. So anyway, the city of Babel was not destroyed. Anyway, it's been on my mind the last few days when I realized my mistake, and I wanted to make sure that I let you all know that I caught my mistake, and with humility, I ask that you forgive me. And by all means, if you want to look up scripture that I say or that I quote when I'm doing my videos, look it up and make sure that I'm saying what it says in scripture. And if I misspeak again, please let me know, because that's something I don't want to do. I want to make sure that I represent scripture accurately in the way that it says. So, because there's some harsh penalties that happen to, like, teachers, for instance, that aren't teaching properly, and I don't want to be grouped in with that, and I want to make sure that I'm relaying scripture correctly to my people that are watching and listening. So, and thank you so much for the feedback that I had the last week or so with this last video. It was very encouraging, and I've been praying, like I said in other videos, like I had my little mental break there, so I'm still not 100%, and sometimes I doubt myself and things like that. So I was praying about it, that God would just give me some clarity or affirmation that I'm on the right track, and that this is something that um that He values and He wants me to do. And yeah, so your feedback was important. It it was just a good video last week. So, or the last one I did it. I think it was last week. But anyway, thank you for that. It kind of boosted me and encouraged me and let me know that I'm on the right track. So I'm working on new videos to do, different topics and things. So yeah, I'm glad that you're enjoying them and I do. I love to talk about God. It's no wonder I don't have any friends. Because, my two favorite topics is politics and religion. And you know what they say, those are the two topics to avoid. So, but yeah, I just love talking about God because he's done so much for me in my life and I can see him every day in so many things. And yeah, so okay. Well, I'm glad that I got to clear that up for you and I'll be extra careful next time. From now on, I'll be extra careful you watch. Anyway, until next time, God bless.